Philosophers talk to our times. Deleuze is certainly right. That the death of God has profoundest consequences, most of all philosophers, to Leibniz, because it turns his events into magic carpets that can take you between different possible universes, and the monads into ways to express universes that are never quite finished or fixed or certain, but rather are always drawing from an energy of events that infuse and allow them to change and rechange one another. Yeah, all very well. And yet it also does something else. You see, the Leibnizian God is playing a game like Carcassonne, a game of movements, where each move you have consequences and further consequences. The Leibnizian God creates the best world because it is the one with the most in it, the most creation. And now, of course, nothing has changed. Our actions have reactions, have consequences. We invent a petrol engine, and 200 years later choke out mammalian life or boil it, and wipe out ourselves in the process. We invent an industrial revolution, and 300 years die through what it does. My point is very straightforward, that the Leibnizian God is no longer a good God, packing in the maximum into creation, guaranteeing you live in one world. Oh no, the Leibnizian God is a dread God, more like a demon, a marker, as each move you make cuts off chances, makes other options harder, more difficult. And so, as we ignore the effect of fossil fuels upon the planet, 1.5 degrees is wired in, 2 degrees is coming, 3, 4, 5, and each will not kill all life. That's not what's at stake. Rather, it chokes out chance. It makes less creation possible. It makes life harder, more difficult and yet more difficult, until in the end, the very complexity of our lives as we have lived them up to this point becomes impossible, and humanity fall into barbarity once again, if ever they truly escaped. The point then of this dark Leibnizian demonic God is it is the God that is always reckoning up the end of chance, always saying, well, you've done this, you have now these moves possible, and those ones no longer are. And so the world that could have been no longer can be at all. And you might lose the dream of the future that you once promised yourself. That is in the end the curse of the death of Leibnizian God.